Hello, welcome to How to Cook Like a Boss Without Being One. I'm Michael Hargrove, and today we are going to be making my mother's guacamole, Rachel's Guac. Now, all my life, I have called this version of guacamole Hawaiian guacamole. And in doing the pre-work for this before filming, I could not come up with a reason in particular why it would be Hawaiian guacamole. There's not pineapple, there's nothing noted, there's no spam in it, so there's nothing notably Hawaiian about it, other than I learned it from my mother, who learned it from my grandmother, and they're both from Hawaii. So I'm calling it Rachel's guacamole for no other reason than I can't substantiate why it would be Hawaiian. These are the ingredients that we're going to need. We'll need 6 avocados. We'll need 5 or 6 smashed cloves of garlic. We'll need a handful of cilantro, half of a white onion diced roughly. We'll actually need jarred jalapeños. So we'll need a few jalapeños in there, but the reason we need jarred rather than fresh is we'll actually need the juice. We'll need 1.5 tablespoons of sour cream, 1 tablespoon of kosher salt, and half a cup of lemon juice. And did I mention 6 avocados? I hope I did. So this really isn't much like cooking, it's more like assembly. But this guacamole gets rave reviews. And another reason why I had called it Hawaiian guacamole, because I don't know any other version that's quite like my mom's. So as you can see, I am smashing and peeling the garlic. There's no really need to mince per se because everything's going in the food processor. That's why the onions are only rough cut, because everything will go in the blend. So we'll put in the garlic, we'll put in the onion. We will use, my family likes it a little spicy, although my sister can't have major spice, so we'll do 6 or 7 slices of jalapeno, it looks like, 7 to be exact, and then 2 tablespoons of the brine that it comes in. Let's go ahead and add the 1.5 tablespoons of sour cream. Closer to 2. And the tablespoon of kosher salt. We'll give that a good blend to begin with. And now to add the avocado. You probably already know this hack, but if the avocado is not ready to use, if it's too soft, or too hard rather, you can put it in the dark in a paper bag, a grocery bag, and that will help ripen up the avocados. Now these, you see the discoloration here? These are a little bit too long in the pantry, but not to worry because it all comes out in the mix. There are a couple ways to preserve your guacamole, and the first way is to eat it all in one setting, but that's not always practical. The other is to leave a couple pits in the container that you'll be storing it in. The other thing that I would do, and I'll show you after it's done assembling, is to wrap the surface or cover the surface of the guacamole with plastic wrap. So now to this mix, we are going to add the avocado, all 6, all at once. Now it's perfectly okay to have, it's not ideal, but it's perfectly okay to have avocados that are slightly overripe like this, because as I said before, it's going to come out in the blend. What is not okay is to have them underripe. There's no way, or at least I don't know, of a way to fix that. And we give it a good blend here. Now, once we get close to the end, that's when we add the cilantro and the lemon juice. And then what I like to do is just get those last few bits of onion or garlic or whatever stuck to the sides of the bowl, the food processor bowl. Just get them off the edges, off the sides, and give it another blend. Taste it, see if it needs any adjustments. Oh, that is just, good job, Mom. That is just so good. Then from the food processor, just transfer it right to the bowl that you're going to store it in. And that's it. Not much to it, folks. And once I do this little messy part, I'll cut right to the demonstration of the plastic wrap on top to preserve it from oxidizing. Here is the plastic wrap trick to keeping your guacamole nice and lovely green like this. Hopefully you can see that. Beautiful. It's so easy to do and so tasty. But here is the trick to the plastic wrap. You want to have a little, maybe 4 or 5 inches on this side as well, on both sides, lengthwise of your container. And then you pick one side where you draw up or create slack. See, like that? Pull this side up, and then with your fingers, with your hand, lightly press it against the surface of the guacamole. Now we're going to move this camera so you can get a shot of it. That is what I'm talking about. And it's really fun to do. It sort of feels like, remember when we put together Humpty Dumpty? Kind of feels like when we were scooping up his insides. That's kind of what it feels like. Well, there you have it. Rachel's guacamole. This seems like a lot of extra work. It's not a lot. And when you make this recipe, this kind of guacamole one time, I guarantee you will continue to preserve it exactly like this, because you won't want to waste a spoonful. As always, it's a privilege for me to be able to share one of my passions with you, especially something like this, a homemade recipe of my mom's. Thank you for letting me do that. If you found value, or if you enjoyed yourself, would you please shoot me a quick like? And thanks for watching.